morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. I think I love talking about sex. Anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Irene Boboski. Kindly like, subscribe and share my videos to help others. I'm going to show you how an IUCD is inserted, because some people don't have good information on how it is inserted. It is just a simple procedure. It is not painful. You'll just feel a little discomfort, which lasts for just a few seconds, and we are done. IUCD insertion that takes less than 3 minutes if the client is cooperative. So before an IUCD is inserted, all health workers in the reproductive room observe infection prevention procedure. Infection prevention control, where we minimize transmitting infection from ourselves or from the environment into the client's reproductive system. So we use, just a minute, so we use sterile gloves. We use sterile gloves before the procedure. Yes, after we use the sterile gloves, we put them in our hands before the procedure. We said this is to minimize any infection to our clients. We value our clients, and that is why we are called health professionals who observe aseptic technique. Yes. So don't fear visiting any health facility for reproductive health services. Before insertion, we explain the procedure to the client. I have already shown you how the IUCD looks like. This is the introducer. The IUCD is here, and this is what helps the health professional to push it inside through the vagina, the cervix, until we reach the uterus to give you protection. Mostly, when fitting an IUCD, it's always good to come when you're on your menses, especially the second or third day when it's not so heavy. Yes. It can also be inserted when you want to change one method from one method to another one. Let's say you are getting Depo, the injectable, or maybe you had some implants and you don't want to conceive. It is removed. So this one can be inserted to take you on, to carry on with the, to prevent a pregnancy or to delay any pregnancy until the time you are ready to conceive. Kindly look here. This is the IUCD, the copper T, the one we talked about, that is supposed to be fitted in the uterus. Yes. Somebody said, I love teaching about reproductive system. That is my hobby. Anyway, I love sex, and I know you all love sex. That's why you go for these services. But kindly, if you're not married, and have multiple partners, if you have recurrent sexually transmitted infections, this is not fit for you, because this one transmits the infection directly. It's a media. So it needs somebody who keeps only one sexual partner. Even if it is not your husband, but it is one, not somebody else. So this is inserted through the vagina. I've shown you the vagina. This is the vagina. This patient is now lying in lithotomy position. Lithotomy position is when a person lies on the back, like this, facing upward, and the legs are wide apart. Say wide apart. The client must be in a relaxed mode to make it easier for the insertion. To aid in inserting the IUCD, the health professional used something called a speculum. It is metallic, and we also have the plastic ones, which are disposable. There is a part for insertion which is sterile. So the speculum, when inside the vagina, opens like this. And this one helps the health professional to visualize where the cervix is. Yes? And then we insert gently until we reach the uterus through the vagina and the cervix. I hope you are following the steps, so don't fear. Go to any hospital. Before this insertion is done, we have to measure the size of your uterus. If it is below 5 centimeters, we cannot use this because it will just come out after some time. And if it is above 7 centimeters, still we don't insert. This is the 5 centimeters. That shows that you have a short uterus. And if you have a long one, still this method doesn't suit you. These are the readings there. Up to there. Okay. Now let me show you. This is a model of a vagina. So we insert this gently. You will feel some discomfort, and it is a little bit cold depending on the temperature of the day. We put gently. It is inserted like this. Now it has reached the tip of your vagina. And then we press here and close like this. I hope you can see. When you open like this, we are able to visualize where the tip of the cervix is. And then the other procedures before insertion that take place there, so that to make the environment conducive for this one to get inside. I told you first we sound the uterus to measure it, to see if you are a candidate to use this or not. If you're not, you don't go home without a method. You can get any other method. So we insert like this until we reach the tip. This is the tip of the cervix. Okay. Now we're still continuing. The tip is here, so we continue here. Sorry. Now the copper T is in situ. So we remove our introducer gently, like this. This one we discard. Now it has no use. These are the threads that are tucked in here. After some few days, it will have the same texture with the inner skin of the sides of the vaginal walls. If they are long, we trim a bit. Yes. So after some time, after insertion, you only experience some backaches. Sometimes you get menorrhagia, which is normal for the first 4 months. So after insertion of the IUCD, don't think that there is a problem when you get a lot of bleeding during your menstrual cycle. It is normal. But after some time it will adjust and you'll start getting your monthly periods normally. After the 10 years or maybe 5, 6, when you want to conceive, you can come to any health facility and we remove it. Removing an IUCD is just a simple procedure, and we are ready for that. You're most welcome. Have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.